Watching I'll Be Gone in the Dark. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. I don't like true crime. I know that's all the rage right now, and I just don't like it. So let's see how this mini-series goes.
I'm reading I'll Be Gone in the Dark. I know we typically do these videos while we're watching shows, but this just hit hard. So Michelle, the author of the book, passed away before the book was completed. And I just got to a part where it inserts a little note saying these were just pieced together from her notes. It's kind of sad.
I haven't read the book yet, but it looks like it's taking actual quotes, like typing up quotes from the book, and that would be really cool.
I am watching I'll Be Gone in the Dark. I just finished reading it, and the whole time I was like, this is going to be a very interesting podcast. I don't know how well the comparing is going to be. I'm also dog sitting, so you might see some... Actually, I'm dog and cat sitting, so you might see some dogs or cats in these videos at some point, or hear them.
Okay, I thought it was made up in Valentine's Day, the movie, that they watch movies at a cemetery, but you just said they did. Who watches movies at a cemetery? Why?
I am big into true crime, and I kind of wish I had the drive that Michelle did to go and dig into unsolved cases and figure out what the hell is going on, because I do think there's way too many unsolved cases, whether it's murder, missing people. I think there's things that we could be doing, but I wouldn't even know where to start. I really wonder if she recorded herself coming up with the book. I'm intrigued how they got her saying bits of the book. That's what I want to know. Unless that's not Michelle's voice.
I want to do a poll. Everyone who likes true crime, tell me your anxiety level. How can you not be an anxious person when watching people get inappropriately handled or murdered?
Alright, what I love about this is she was obsessed with this, but Patton, her husband, let her be obsessed with it. He didn't try and stop her. He just was supportive of it, and this is a weird obsession to be obsessed with, but he supported her, and I think that's just so sweet.
6 more hours.
Karen's in it right away. You know I love My Favorite Murder.
Day 2. So many I can power through.
I want to be a citizen detective. I feel validated. I have gone on essentially murder tours. And I've seen where a very famous serial killer lives in Sacramento, and the house where they did a lot of their stuff. And after I was doing it, I was like, ooh, I feel kind of weird that I just did that. And I was like, what the hell? This is so cool. But Michelle wrote all about it in her book and is doing it here in the show. So I'm like, I just need to have some true crime friends. Actually, my true crime friend is who did the tour with me, so I can't talk shit about that. But I need more true crime friends.
I like how they did a little interview and his title was Citizen Detective.
That was the sweetest thing Patton just said. He basically, what I had already said, how I was surprised that he was okay with her being obsessed with this, but he basically just said seeing her that excited and energetic about something she was passionate about made him love her more and get excited for her and be passionate about it too. Oh, that was so sweet.
That's kind of crazy that crime scenes, like people cleaning them up and biohazards and stuff, wasn't a thing in the 70s when this is happening? Oh, 80s? Oh. Crazy.
I am so glad that they showed that scene from the Black Lagoon because she wrote about it in the book and I was like, I've never seen this movie. It's not a movie that I really want to go and find and watch, but that sounds really creepy. And it just showed it. Seeing all of video footage from that time, like, you know, you hear the story, you know it's creepy, but you don't think about, like, God, all the fear that everyone in that area had to be living in. They just showed a little, like, clip of a commercial on how to, like, make sure that you're prepared because you never know who's going to attack next. And I can't imagine having that on your TV, living in this. That would be so scary.
So, this whole episode, I feel like it did a lot of text messages back and forth that I had to read. And I'm not gonna lie, I was putting away laundry and I was like, wow, it's been quiet for a long time. And I look up and it's like a text message conversation. I'm assuming I'll get it in the book. I guess we'll see.
It also makes me really sad that a lot of the couples that were his victims got divorced. It's such a traumatic event. I understand why it happened, but there's a couple right now who are still together, and I think it probably helps having that person who's been through it.
She's so organized. I love that they could write the book for her because she's so organized.
The My Favorite Murder Girls, I remember one of my first episodes that I listened to with them, they talked about Paul Holes and how he was so sexy and so good looking, and I was like, I felt like a bad true crime fan because I had no idea who Paul Holes was. And then they had him on an episode and I listened to him and I was like, oh, he sounds like a smart dude. And I was really excited when I realized that he was a big part of this because then I would get to see if I thought he was this sexy hunk of man meat. You know, my favorite murder girls. I actually knew what they were talking about. Paul Holes is pretty good looking. The last text she sent to Patton are so sad.
But I'm really interested to read the book because is it like her part of the book and then it says, all right, she passed away, here's what we have to finish up? Or do they kind of meld it all together or make it seem like she's writing it?
It's very weird for me to see Karen when she's talking. I'm just used to listening to her on My Favorite Murder. I also still thought that there was not a known reason for her death. I thought she just died in her sleep. I did not realize that it was basically a drug overdose. And that's so sad.
That's legit like the best advice that I never got. Tell her in the sunshine.
Karen legit just like explained what it's like to be a true crime fan, and I love her for it.
I'm really enjoying these last few episodes that aren't about murder.
The captions just said that Karen's name was like Lisa. No, that was Karen Kilgariff of My Favorite Murder. We're getting an interview with freaking Golden State Killer's ex. I'm excited.
I'm confused. So it's the final episode and now they're talking about a different guy? Did I miss something?
There is a crime con? Okay, I do like the idea of CrimeCon, but I do not like the idea of, it almost feels exploitive, having the victims there and, like, asking for signatures from them and, like, I'm so sorry about what happened. I don't know. That just feels a little bit wrong to me.
I am just so confused why lawyers would want to represent the bad guys. Like, both lawyers have to know, like, dude, you suck. You're horrible. But yet they have to fight for his freedom. Or, like, getting off easier.
I'm really getting emotional. All the victims are friends. And that's like, whew, that's getting me in my feels.